Hey there, fellow gamers. Ramblin' Manager bringing you an interesting track tonight. And I gotta say, man, I love 60 FPS gaming. Because you never realize just how good something truly is until you decide to, drop the quality or, just go down a little bit. And you played for a good several hours. And then you just decide to hop back to the thing you were doing before, and you're like, "Oh my god, this is fucking night and day difference." Case in point, I was blessed by the co-host. He gets all the credit here for this. He went out of his way to go to Walmart, go to Wally World, and get me Death Stranding 2 on the beach. And needless to say, I'm fucking enjoying it. Some of the new shit they add in, and the somewhat more personal story, in my opinion, is pretty nice. Because with Death Stranding 1, it kind of felt like he was just doing it out of obligation. Like he was kind of just doing, my family member just wanted me to fucking do it. Fine, I'll do my chores, mom. It was kind of like something like that. Almost. It just didn't really feel like there was that much impact. But oh boy, second game, there's some fucking impact, and I'm trying to theory craft what the fuck happened in the first chapter alone, the first episode, because I'm like, something just isn't what it seems. That's all I'm gonna say for now. But I'm enjoying it. Some of the new gameplay features are nice, and above all else, give it. It's the first game that I played on the PS5. It's actually the Death Stranding 2 has the honor of being the first game that I played on the PS5. And needless to say, it's fucking beautiful. Case in point, whenever, on the day of, right, I sent a video to the coach. Yeah, by Nick's Tech. This game doesn't need ray tracing. And it was a clip of, I guess, fireworks or sparklers going off in a city or whatever. And I haven't gotten that part yet, sadly. But just going through the first 15-ish hours, I'm in the early stages of the second map. And I got to my second boss fight. That's as much as I'll say, right? But holy shit. Death Stranding 2 is fucking beautiful. I thought the first game was pretty good. Given, it's in some areas it does look a little bit flat because of, it's a PS4 game, right? And, even when you're on PC, it's you can only do so much with that version of the Decima engine. But holy fucking shit. Kojima and co. just knocked out product. There was a fucking interview with a guy that was that there won't be as much of a noticeable graphical improvement compared to the first game. So to compensate for that, we had to, innovate on gameplay mechanics. And I'm like, you're fucking lying. Not about the gameplay mechanics, because that shit's there. There's definitely some improvements in quality of life shit, yeah? No. They're lying about the fact that there's no graphical improvements because it looks fucking beautiful. The only thing that I could see as a little bit of a not necessarily a downgrade, it's just an issue with the engine, I guess, is the animations. Certain animations do look a lot better compared to the previous game. But there's certain animations when you're climbing up stuff, or God forbid when Sam is sprinting, he has a $6 million man sprint to it. And whenever you have one of the new skeletons equipped, and he's running, I'm kind of just it makes me miss the sprinting animation from the first game. Because that one at least just looked like he was... It looked more like he was trying to conserve his energy, and he was just trying to sprint like a stiff board, so to speak. But in this one, it looks like in the second one, it does look like he's putting like his whole force into it. But when you have like gear on your arms, it's so fucking funny. I can't take it fucking seriously. No, it's not a huge bad thing. Yeah, I'm still enjoying it. But yeah, I had to like put the game down for a little bit because I wanted to like hop back on the computer for a little. Because I've literally been playing it for like the past 7-ish hours, and I've been leveling up some areas, and unfortunately, I mean, one of my complaints hasn't been solved. Unfortunately, is when you get a fucker to 5 stars. I mean, I guess it depends on the person. They might give you something. Like, I got spoiled for like one particular weapon you might get from like one of the guys in the second map for getting him up to 5 stars, but he's taking so long to do it. But I mean, at least you don't have to worry about stars anymore. You won't get those like worthless fucking stars on your leg anymore. But I mean, beyond that, I mean, it's not too terrible. There's some new upgrades for Sam that you can get that you do get, like, spoilers, okay? Just spoilers. Like skip it a little bit, okay? But the spoiler is it's a gameplay spoiler, is that what they did was, like, they took the porter grade system, right, where when you leveled up enough, you got, like, certain upgrades. Like, you kept upgrading cargo, you got cargo capacity upgrades. You upgrade timing, you got to hold your breath longer, and you don't tire as much, right? What they did was, that system's still in there. It's now porter, stealth, combat, craftsmanship, or something like that, and the bridges link. And you still level them up like that way, but you don't get upgrades from it now. Like, well, you do. You unlock new upgrades on a new skill tree called the Apex system or whatever. It's like an AI system. It's funny. And some of the upgrades from, like, you know, the original game are in there. Then there's also some new and interesting ones, which I'm like, okay, cool, it's not too bad. And you increase, like, the memory for it, like how many you can equip, by leveling up the connection of the fucking people. So at least there's a somewhat valid reason to do it, but there's just some upgrades I haven't really, like, thought about using. Like, I do have a good chunk of them unlocked, because I was like, yeah, these are no-brainers. I need these. But then some of them are kind of just like, eh. Like, the one I unlocked, like, when you first hear about it, you're like, this is fucking amazing. And then you read more into it, and you're like, this is fucking stupid. There's an ability where your car can automatically drive itself when you're on a road. Fucking wild, right? That should, like, cost all the fucking slots, right? Or whatever. It should cost all the fucking points. But then you read into it, and you're like, okay, you have to go at a certain speed, and you can't be boosting. And I was like, I am unslotting you immediately then. Because, like, at first you would think, okay, it's not too bad, but you're trying to speed through shit here, man. You're not trying to fucking lollygag. You want to feel the wind on your face. So you want to fucking speed on through it. So unless there's, like, some sort of upgrade that improves it where you can go full force, it's like there's really no fucking point. But yeah, besides that, I mean, yeah, there's some quality of life improvements. There's way more guns in this game. Some very good guns. And to some of the people saying that, like, it feels a lot like Metal Gear Solid 5, there's some truth to it. Like, I took out, like, a small base when I literally unlocked, spoiler, a silent tranquilizer pistol, even though it was like a revolver, which I'm like, I remember fucking Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Then again, this is Death Stranding world, so, you know, some things might be different. But, you know, I literally took out, like, a small base with just the fucking pistol. And I was like, okay, yep, I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 5 right now. I'm not playing Death Stranding. What the fuck is that? I'm playing MGSV. This is Venom fucking Bridges here. This is Sam Snake, motherfucker. And, however, though, it's not as, like, the reason why I make that comparison is besides the silenced fucking tranq pistol, I mean, whenever you take an enemy out when you're about to be caught, there's like a very, very cheapened and gimmicky like bullet time mode, the reflex mode from Metal Gear Solid 5, but I will say it isn't as smooth. Maybe it is because of the fact that, the reason why I'm wanting to make this ramble is because I'm playing at 30 FPS. Or maybe it's like the aiming is a little bit clunky, but it does take a little bit to aim to get that headshot. But yeah, the reason why I want to make this ramble is that I said fuck it. Like, I know I played the original Death Stranding at like fucking 1080p 30 maybe, or like maybe checkerboard upscaled 4K and got downscaled to 1080p. I basically prioritized quality over frame rate, yeah, because I wanted the best visual experience possible, and no different with Death Stranding 2, and I'm glad I did, because the game, like, even though it's running at 30 FPS, it's fucking beautiful. It is. I can only imagine how it could potentially run on my computer when it comes to PC. Like, I'm telling myself I'm going to do my best to hold out as long as I can, but just seeing how good it looks, I'm like, man, maybe I do want to go through the game again on PC on release, like I did with it originally. Then I put it down halfway through and haven't touched it since Director's Cut came out. Then Director's Cut came out, got halfway through that again, and I haven't touched it since. And then it wasn't until Death Stranding 2 was literally like a month on the doorstep, and I had the PS5 like way before I had the release date in mind. And I was like, okay, yeah, fuck it. Let's get through Death Stranding Director's Cut, and let's fucking get all the achievements for PC. And guess what? I did. I achieved my goal of 2 weeks to spare. But yeah, I'm curious like what Death Stranding 2 could look like on PC, especially with like better draw distances, better textures, like the whole 9 yards. I'm really curious because it's like it looks so fucking good on the PS5. Like at first I would be a little bit concerned, but they're even saying like apparently with performance mode, motherfucker, it's running at 1440p internally at 60 FPS. I was like, whoa! Hold the fucking phone! In 1440p native, 60 FPS, while looking like a next-gen title in this economy? Nah! You fucking fibbing. Like, I would say Death Stranding 2 can go toe-to-toe with some Unreal Engine 5 games. I shit you not. It looks that good. With the lighting, with the improvements to the models for all the characters. Like, I even joked to myself that, if Sony, like, made Kojima, like, do a fucking Death Stranding remaster with, like, the current Decima engine and the graphical tech with, like, some minor gameplay uplifts, and they sold it to us for, like, as a $50, $60 fucking game, I'd buy it. I'd fucking buy it. Obviously, they shouldn't, because it's like the original Death Stranding still holds up pretty well, but with how good Death Stranding 2 looks, like, again, like they're underselling it. Like, it looks pretty fucking good, and I'm only like in the early stages of the game. I don't have like all the cool gizmos unlocked, and I'm playing it on PS5 here at 4K 30 FPS. Lord knows what it'll be like on PC, and the thing is that a part of me wants to believe my PC can do it, because even natively for a 2018 game, 2019 Death Stranding 1, I was getting 4K 110, 120 FPS depending on the scenario. And that shit was native. No upscaling at all. So I was trying to do the fucking math here, and obviously, like, the console settings could be completely fucking different. But even if I was using console settings, I mean, again, PS5, it looks fucking good. Like, considering, like, I was trying to do the research, and supposedly the 3080 is, like, a 50-ish% uplift in performance. Couple that with, like, a competent upscaler, like DLSS. Like, yeah, there's going to be the fucking, the input lag, but I'd like to think, with the fact that, it'll be at 60 FPS as opposed to 30, I want to believe personally, like, my computer could run Death Stranding 2 on PC. Now, of course, who knows? Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if it didn't run. I would need, like, a new GPU upgrade. I would honestly be curious to see how a 9070 XT with, like, FSR4 AI upscaling could look like. But even then, I feel like let me look again. PS5 equivalent GPU. So the RTX 2070 or the 6700 XT. 6700 XT specs. Let's just take a gander. Is that near a 2070? Okay, yeah, no, a 60. Well, no, yeah, because like a 2070 is like 25% slower. I doubt that, but we'll give it the benefit of a doubt. We'll say it's 6700 XT, right? For 3080, it's about 50% uplift. That's not too bad. And if we go to a 9070, it's 188%. And with a 970 XT, it's practically doubled. So, oh yeah, sorry. With a 38, it's 50% faster. With a 9070, it's like 88% faster. With an XT, it's like 110% faster. So, no doubt in my mind, for like a 60 FPS 4K, probably native experience, crank the fuck up, Death Stranding 2 could probably run flawlessly on 9070 XT. But I don't know. A part of me wants to believe that there's still some juice in there. Given, in regards to Death Stranding 1, I capped that shit to like 60 FPS because I just couldn't get with the whole inconsistency with, going from like 60 FPS cutscenes to like 120 FPS gameplay. I just told myself, fuck it. I'll just play at 60 FPS. It was still pretty good. I just hope, as opposed to Death Stranding 1, they fixed that weird bug where every time you boot into the game fresh on PC, like say you're playing at 4K native, for some odd reason the game just goes down to like the next tier down for resolution. It's like every time I boot the game up, I literally have to like just switch it back to 4K, or else I'd be playing at 1440p, and I'm like, I don't want that shit. But yeah, like in terms of like the FPS, it's not too bad. It's still playable. You could definitely feel it because like what happened was whenever I hopped on the PC just now, I was doing my daily grind shit, just like opening up stuff to like get rewards and whatnot. It only took me like 15 minutes, but then I booted up Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and holy shit, 72 FPS, constant. It's another world, man. And again, like, nothing against Death Stranding 2, because, I mean, I'm trading off the FPS in favor of just a fucking beautiful game, yeah. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. But yeah, so far, Death Stranding 2 is pretty good. I like it. Like, it's basically like a Death Stranding 2.0. In the sense that, like, there's a lot of familiar gameplay, and they definitely improve on a lot of the core functionality. I'm just hoping that, like that, I mean, I'm still going to enjoy it one way or the other, because the story definitely does, like, help out a little bit, but it's just, like, I'm trying not to get burned out here, because I'm already, like, going through, like, certain pitfalls, so to speak. Like, obviously I didn't feel like this several years ago when I first got Death Stranding 1, because I was like, it's a new game for Kojima after so many years. And, I was trying to, like, recollect my thoughts about how, like, the original Death Stranding was, like, a special experience, because, whenever I hop back into, like, the director's cut, it's like I already know the knowledge of, okay, blitz through the first island as quickly as possible. Get to the second one. Get through, like, the next several areas. Get at least, the speed skeleton. Get the zip lines. get a couple random knickknacks, and then you blitz on back to the original, read the bullshit email blockers, get all those areas up to 5 stars, then you hop back over to the other island and do all that shit. That's what I was literally doing to get 100% achievements, right? And with the original Death Stranding, I was in pure ecstasy. I didn't give a flying fuck about that shit. All I cared about was, I'm getting every single area to 5 stars as soon as I see it. Without, the aid of skeletons and the bike. Like, that first area, Thomas Sunderland and, Capel Knot, I probably spent like a good 5 hours going back and forth, picking up cargo, delivering lost cargo, getting that Bridges link up to 50 before leaving the first area. Like, I did all of that. Like, having all the cargo stacked on top of you, Sam being a slow as molasses motherfucker. Like, I did that. And I fucking enjoyed it. Now, of course, going through the director's cut, optimizing my speed, and going, yada, yada, I'm in Death Stranding 2, and a part of me does want to, like, get all this shit upgraded when I first see it. But then at the same time, I'm sitting here going, I'm not 23, 24 no more. I'm not young and dumb. I want to somewhat value my time. I still want to enjoy the fucking game. I'm going to platinum this bitch. But I don't want to waste my time per se. If I absolutely have to now, a part of me does feel like I will have to, like, just blitz through the fucking story. Like, if this isn't the case of Cyberpunk, because this is definitely tempting me, needless to say. Cyberpunk is on sale on Steam for the summer sale. Oddly enough, it's cheaper on here compared to GOG. Like, GOG, it's like $41, $42 for the Ultimate Edition. It's $38.62 for the Ultimate Edition on Steam. I'm like, I'm used to, like, the Steam fucking layout, discussions, guides, achievements, cards, fucking snappy fucking areas, all my games to the left. Like, I'm used to all that as opposed to, like, GOG. Nothing against GOG. Like, DRM free shit. Fucking A. But there's just something about the GOG experience that I look at it and I'm like, I don't like it. So, yeah, needless to say, like, I know I'm trying to wait for hopefully the impossible dream here where they give us New Game Plus finally, I hope. But maybe for 40, I already spent $20 on a PS4 copy because, Mudahar from Some More Gamers just planted that seed in me of owning the 1.0 copy of the game. So I'm like, fuck it, why not? Maybe I'll, for a whole $60, I have the base 1.0 copy on PS4. I'll have the fucking Steam version with Phantom Liberty. I could share with my best bud if he ever wants to go back into it and actually experience Phantom Liberty. Why not? $60 for all that? Fair trade. But back to Cyberpunk here and Death Stranding. I know when I go back into Cyberpunk, I'm gonna grind the fuck out on some gonks. I'm going to Delta and chrome myself up and probably get myself to, like, level 15. Like, I borrowed the game from the co-host and I have like a 10-hour save on it. I didn't touch the first fucking mission once I got into the open world. I'm still in Watson. I'm like level 9, 10, 11 with a good chunk of my skills leveled up. 1 million eddies, and all I did was like a bunch of like gigs for Regina. And I had fucking fun with it. And no doubt in my mind, I'm probably going to do the exact same thing for Cyberpunk if I actually sat down and went, yep, I'm going all out in it. And yeah, it's like I could see myself like, dumping a lot of hours into Cyberpunk. Given it's a different game, it's like an RPG as opposed to, Death Stranding. But also, speaking of Death Stranding, of the social strand system, I was taking a shit ton of photos because I'm like, it just looks that good. Like, one that really stuck out to me was in the first area, whenever you're like transporting your first package of cargo to like the beginning area. you snuck through like 3 enemy guards at like a checkpoint, and it led into like a sandstorm. Holy fucking shit, that stuff was intense. Because there was like wind going up against me, slowing me down. I managed to catch like a perfect like photo mode picture of some thunder smacking down to the ground and some of the light like bouncing off of Sam. And he's just completely covered in dust and dirt, and he has sunglasses on. It was fucking beautiful. Like, that right there just told me, holy fucking shit, this game looks fucking beautiful. But yeah, in regards to Death Stranding 2, like, a part of me just kind of, like, wants to somewhat blitz through it as quickly as can be. And it's partly due to the fact that, like, I'm noticing, like, again, I'm older. I'm wiser. I've been through the thick of it as a porter. And when you start going through some of the motherfuckers, you kind of just sit there and you're like, I remember this shit from the first game. The arbitrary, blocks, like, oh, it's only going to go up to a certain point, it's going to stop to make sure it gives you the rewards. Thankfully, at least, that seems to be, like, the only block. So you could still kind of cheese it, like, in the original, where, like, say, in the first game, it usually, like, it goes, like, 1 in, like, 90%, like, 1.95 stars, and it stops. And it's like, okay, you gotta connect me to the fucking network or whatnot. It's like, there's enough likes, most definitely, that it can, like, overflow into the next one, but doesn't. So if you leave, like, some cargo outside and you pick it up and you go back in there to give it to them, it'll go up to the next star then. And you can, like, get some extra goodies before you leave. You can kind of do the same thing here. But at least one cool thing, at least, is at least it looks like there's no interviews or emails. Like, there is, like, a new encyclopedia called the Corpus or whatever, but there's no emails. So thank fuck there's no it just got replaced with, like, the Facebook-esque, like, social strand system, the SSS, I guess. I'm assuming that's what it's being abbreviated for. But at least there's no fucking emails, and it's like bite-sized, like, commentary from, like, all the fucking people you're helping. Because I will say, like, those emails definitely did, like, bog me down. Especially with the fucking achievement where you gotta read, like, 100 emails and 100 interviews. Oh my god. Like, when you're trying to soak up the lore as a refresher before you beat the original game, it's like, oh my god, so much reading. Like, given it depends on, like, the universe, right? It's like, nothing against the Death Stranding universe, but after a while, you're kind of just like, you're stuck there going, holy fucking shit, I had some of this shit somewhat explained to me, like, through certain cutscenes. Like, I decided to read all this shit, like, when I was on chapter 14, when the end of the world was about to happen. Because I was like, I wanted to make sure I got all the other trophies, all the other achievements before I did, like, the last few bosses. But holy fuck, it's just so much. And the worst part is there was definitely, like the only ones I thought were pretty interesting to read were, like, the Higgs journals, because it was nice to see, like, how he, like, descended, like, being a villain. But, well, there was another one by a chick called Lucy, who I guess was, like, the therapist for Sam or whatever, which, now I'm thinking about it, I wonder if it's the same Lucy that was shown off in some teaser trailers for Death Stranding 2, I wonder. But yeah, beyond that, I mean, yeah, that's another improvement. And overall, I mean, again, I'm enjoying it. I am. I still dread BT areas. Trying to get everybody up to 5 stars is still a chore, because, like, that's one other thing that I could probably complain about, because maybe it's because I'm not too far in, but unfortunately, they changed how deliveries worked a little bit, and it looks like there's no premium deliveries anymore. You still get the Legends of Legends. Like, I with the original game, I played it on hard mode. I played on hard mode because I was like, ooh, yeah. Maybe I was playing on normal at first, and then I saw that, okay, if you played on hard difficulty, you get, like, Legends of Legends. There's, like, a trophy for it. or maybe with the original game I just played it on hard from the get go. I can't recall, but like for the most part, I did beat the original on hard mode. So I was like, fuck it. I know there's gonna be like a Legends of Legends trophy in Death Stranding 2, and I said, fuck it. We're starting on brutal at the start, yeah. And needless to say, when I got my first Legend of Legend, goddamn, I was like, I contemplated doing that on Death Stranding 1 for like the PC version, but I was like, no, I'll stick to hard mode. Like, what's the fucking point? Besides, like, more likes. But yeah, they changed how like the fucking standard orders work. Maybe there are some premium ones. Who fucking knows? But as far as I know, as far as that I'm in it, there's just normal standard missions, and if you're playing on normal, I guess you get Legend of Legend, but if you're playing on brutal, you get Legend of Legend, and there's way, way fucking less orders. Now, of course, I could be wrong, because I'm pretty sure I saw, like, an order number, like, 300 whenever I was saving the fucking game before hopping off for a minute, but so far, like, me upgrading the majority of, like, the early based areas was just from me getting lost cargo, and unfortunately, there's significantly less lost cargo, unfortunately. And for some odd reason, to compensate for that, I mean, you do get a little bit more likes overall, but it does seem like in terms of distance, it's not as potent. Like, I remember, like, picking up, like, a small piece of cargo for some random fucker on the other side of the map in the first Death Stranding, and you got, like, around a few hundred fucking likes. I was like, ooh, yes, I'm picking that up. But in the case of Death Stranding 2, it's like you're a somewhat decent distance away, but you're only getting, like, 90-ish likes from a piece of small cargo. And I'm like, that doesn't look as interesting. But who knows? Maybe I can change an update or whatever. But still, despite all that, I'm having a fucking ball with it. I'm unlocking some cool shit. The game looks beautiful. I'm actually, like, invested into the story here, because I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, it's definitely a little bit more mysterious. Like, obviously in the first game, it's like there was some mystery around Amelie and a little bit about Bridges, but overall, on the surface, it was for the greater good. But let's just say, like, the people you're working with in Death Stranding 2, it does make me question shit a little bit more. To the point where I almost wish I'm with Bridges. And also, I'm just gonna, say this, because I didn't take a picture of it, because I wonder, like, who else picked what, but spoilers, there's not necessarily multiple choice, but there's, like, you could choose, like, what to ask certain characters and whatnot. And there's, like, when you get introduced to a new group that you're working with, one of the guys, like, who do you want to talk to? And you could choose from, like, certain people from the previous game to talk to. I picked Die Hard, man. Because, let's face it, if I'm going to have someone barking orders at me again, it might as well at least be from the man that barked the most orders at me in the original game. But yeah, like, who'd you guys pick? But also, I'm really hoping we do get to meet him, because I'm kind of curious, like, what the fuck happened to him after the first game. But also, it's like, yeah, like, this story definitely does feel like there's more stakes on the line. Because, I mean, obviously, like, the stakes were pretty big, right? In regards to, like, it's the end of the world as we know it. But whenever I saw, like, that intro bit for Death Stranding 2, and apparently there was, like, servers on the beach, like, it's it's a cliche move as old as time, right? A new frontier is shown to some, somewhat intrigued individuals, and they learn of, like, certain properties of said new location. They're like, we can use this to our advantage. And next thing you know, they're exploiting it for their own gain. I get the impression that the people that we're working with, this new group, there's something not altruistic about them. I get the impression that they have like an ulterior motive. And given with Bridges, it was like, okay, yeah, Amelie was kind of using Bridges for like her own end goal, but thankfully, because Sam, managed to fucking steer her away, Bridges ultimately became, reconnecting America, sure. But this new group, the next couple of areas, I don't know. I'm kind of curious as to what's in store for me for this game. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm invested. Like I haven't felt like this since the original Death Stranding, so I'm fucking happy. I can't wait to see where this journey fucking leads me. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to use what I've learned before and just like take it slow. I mean, it kind of depends, right? Because if I'm doing it how I normally do, like some games nowadays, what I'd want to do is I want to save the good story advancements for when it's a day off, leading into a day off, so I can enjoy it, chill out, sit back, relax, and just fucking have a ball with it. Yeah, without having to worry about work and whatnot. Because like if I'm gonna get invested into it, I don't want to be like invested with like several hours, and it's like oh yeah, I go to fucking work. It's annoying. So on my work days, what I'm probably gonna have to do is I'll probably just spend that time trying to level up, different areas and whatnot. And on the off days, fuck it, just go ham into the story. But we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely have to hop back into it eventually here, like in the next few minutes after I have my food, chill out on the PC for a minute, and then have some fun again. But yeah, overall, it's Death Stranding 2.0 in a good way, and again, like it just looks fucking beautiful. Like it gives me, it puts me at ease for when GTA 6 comes out, because obviously GTA 6 is going to look even better compared to Death Stranding 2, but at least we know above all else there is some good horsepower in the PS5, and it can like make some beautiful results, and it almost makes me shed a tear here because when it comes to PC, oh, it's gonna be beautiful. But yeah, how's everybody's experience with Death Stranding so far? Let me know in the fucking comments. What are you guys doing? Are you building roads? Are you building monorails? Are you hunting some BTS? Are you trying to get every single area up to 5 stars? What kit are you rocking? Me, I'm a tried and true motherfucker. I'm using the trike. I'm loading up my backpack with some packages going down the road, rocking the battle skeleton, which in my opinion I'm not really a huge fan of, because to me it kind of feels like a discounted power skeleton. Like let me look at the pre-order bonus, because like I didn't use the code yet, sadly, because I'm just like whatever. But oh. Okay, this already gives me an idea as to what I might be getting myself into then. So yeah, I'm looking at machine gun MP bullets level 1 early unlock. Oh, I didn't know that was a fucking thing. Is that for? Oh, that's a digital deluxe. Who cares then? But I won't lie. I was mostly intrigued with the like. Obviously, like the pre-order thing, like they show off, early access. I didn't get that, unfortunately. But then they showed off, like the skins for the skeletons, right? The battle skeleton, the boost skeleton, the Boca skeleton. I was thinking, oh, the Boca skeleton I'm probably gonna get like relatively early on, but oh nay nay. If I'm going off of like, I'm assuming this is what the order is gonna be. It's gonna be the original Death Stranding. It's gonna be the battle skeleton, which is gonna be like a mixture of like combat and the power skeleton, the boost skeleton has got to be the fucking speed skeleton. It fucking gives off speed skeleton vibes. And then finally, it's going to be the Boca skeleton. And that is probably going to be like the all-terrain skeleton, which is kind of sad because apparently the Boca means fucking porter in Japanese. So I won't lie. I'm actually more intrigued in using the Boca skeleton as opposed to boost, but let's fucking face it. I'm all about that speed, baby. I want to go fucking fast. But, yeah, but besides all that, I mean, I'm rocking the Battle Skeleton. I have I don't have it on me now, but for all intents and purposes, I'm probably always going to have a silenced tranked revolver on my hip. I will say I am happy they add in a holster to hold a fucking handgun at all times. That's a nice quality of life improvement. Given it's not my idea of, having like a pouch and having like an infant ammo handgun as like a fucking reward for beating the game, where we're like a lot easy gun from Metal Gear Solid 3, but you know what? We're taking baby steps in the right direction. I can now have an infinite suppressed trank pistol that one taps motherfuckers in the face, unless they have fucking helmets on. Ooh boy, we're going back to Metal Gear Solid 5, boys, with the helmets. God, just give me like armor-piercing fucking trank rounds and I'll be fucking forever grateful to you, Kojima. Shit. But yeah, besides all that, I mean, I'm enjoying it. And with that, I will hop off for now so that, I can eat my food, maybe watch a little bit of Lyoko, and then get back to porting. But otherwise, y'all stay safe. Keep on keeping on. Again, let me know in the comments if you guys have Death Stranding, let me know what your experiences are with it so far. And yeah, once again, it's a beautiful